Good afternoon. Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News from Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery. Deputies caught a 26-year-old Leadville man early this morning as he allegedly tried breaking into more than 40 cars. Around 2:30 a.m., a Wilderness man reported a break-in. Police then tracked footprints in the snow from Wilderness all the way to Dillon Valley, counting at least 42 suspected break-ins. The man racked up 44 total charges, 42 for attempted trespassing, 1 for trespassing, 1 for felony burglary. Key evidence could be missing in the case against Charles Drawn, the Glenwood Springs man accused of threatening violence against local schools. Detective Ryan Rice with Dillon PD took the stand this morning, saying police found live bullets in Drawn's vehicle and recent photos of him posing with automatic rifles. Defense argues this does not prove the firearm was real. Police admit they never found any guns in Drawn's car or his apartment, and the bullets went missing after he was in custody. Detective Rice also claims Drawn admitted to violent comments on Instagram, saying he was trying to scare people. Police had arrested Drawn on the assumption he could act on those comments. Drawn's case now moves up to district court starting April 10th. He has not made a plea. Another local case is going to district court, the case against Peter Dillon, a gypsum contractor accused of manslaughter for a trench collapse in Breck last year. Dillon will see a judge May 11th, also with no plea yet. Town of Breck is drawing up blueprints soon for a new one of these.
We're looking at doing a potential new childcare center in the future on the McCain property.
That was Assistant Community Development Director Julia Puster. The childcare center joins the Soul Center. It's a new multi-million-dollar headquarters for the FERC next door to affordable apartments. Before then, though, Timberline Learning Center is getting an upgrade. This week on the State of Summit.
When I came to work for the community care clinic, that was the epitome of how I really wanted to practice medicine.
That was Dr. Charles Lackey, a Summit local since 1977 and one of the founding physicians at the Summit Community Care Clinic in 1993.
It was always my desire to practice in a smaller community in the mountains in family practice.
His one-time partner, Dr. Pat Doletsky, talked him into joining the clinic, and he's been there ever since, watching it grow and meet growing local need.
It was hard at times, but it was always very enjoyable and I think very rewarding to me to be able to take care of community and the visitors as well.
His most rewarding and challenging moments came in the past 3 years during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I think the clinic played a big role in the early part of that in terms of getting people help and eventually getting people vaccines when they came around.
And now, after 30 years, Dr. Lackey is retiring.
It hasn't always been what I've expected, but I've enjoyed, I think, every minute of it.
Tune in again next week for the State of Summit on Krystal 93. In sports, the Nuggets play the Wizards today at 5. The Avalanche face the Penguins at 6 on TNT. And in local sports, Summit High boys lacrosse lost to Vail Mountain yesterday 34-1. Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News from Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery.